Hey y'all, welcome back to Southern and Spicy. Today we are making some good old homemade hamburger gravy steaks with onion gravy. Oh yeah, Bruce is coming back from a long trip and I don't think he's had some good food like this. So that's what we're having, and I'm gonna cook up a little bit of mashed taters to go with it. So I'm trying to do it a little bit healthier. So right now what we got is a pound of ground chuck and a pound of 90% lean turkey, ground turkey meat. And I'm not really measuring any of the seasonings, so just pay attention to how much I'm putting in there, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna start out with my Two Gringos chupacabra rub that I use on grilled meat, and I think all of these seasonings are going to give these gravy steaks some good flavor. See, I'm not even measuring. That's how much I'm putting in there though. So that's that. I'm going to also use some Cajun all-purpose seasoning. Put some of that in there. I can smell it. Ooh. And this is some, let me see if I don't even have it opened yet. This is my brother, who lives in Sweeney, Texas, was telling me about this, and he said I need to try this Badia steak seasoning Canadian blend. So last time I made gravy steaks, I didn't use this, but I am this site. I'm also going to be using some Grill Mates hamburger seasoning. So I'm going to put some of that in there. I know y'all are probably thinking, oh my gosh, she is overdoing it. Trust me, I'm not, because if you've ever used turkey, ground turkey meat, it needs some flavor. And just a little bit of this Kinder seasoning butter, steakhouse. Not sure what it's going to do except maybe give it a buttery flavor. And can't forget my smoked paprika. It's one of my favorite things, smoked paprika. Okay, I've got all these over here. Now over here, got to have my Cajun seasoning. This is my favorite, donkey dust. You can use Slap Your Mama, Tony Chachere's. I'm going to use donkey dust. And garlic powder, be liberal with it all. Onion powder. And let me mix this up right now. I'm using my hands, and because it's just me and Bruce, this should make about 8. All right, here I got a half a cup of onion. We loves us some onion. I'm gonna mix that in there with it really good. Oop, there's some left in that bowl. Got to get that out. I can smell it. Ooh, that's a yellow onion. A yellow onion. So mixing that up in the meat really good. Putting me an egg in there. And, yeah, I'll be cleaning this off. Some Worcestershire sauce. That is one of the hardest words to say, Worcestershire. It really is. I think people mess that word up all the time. So I got this going. Yep. Mixed up real good. And now we're going to make, we're going to make our patties. So I put some foil in this pan because I want to mold my patties and put them on here. And I'm going to move all this out of the way. I think that's all I need right now. So I'm going to make 8, kind of in a ball, but yet kind of like that. See? It's a pretty good size. We're going to start with that size. Flatten them down just a little. I want to see if I should be able to get 8 out of this 2 pounds of meat, because that's how many I got last time. There's 2. Can you see them? Yep. All right. Here is 3. Scoot over. Scooch on over. All right, this is our last one. See, told you we can make 8. And they don't really shrink up when you fry them in the skillet, which, by the way, I have my cast iron skillet on the stove heating up. You want to make sure that you got that heated up really good so that it's nice and hot, because all we're going to do in that skillet initially is we're going to brown both sides. Let me go wash my hands again. So, I only got 7. Okay. But they're all a pretty good size. Except that one's a big boy. We're just going to go with 7. So I've got those. Now, I'm going to get my flour. And again, I'm not measuring, so just kind of watch it. Watch what I do. I'm going to grab a big hand here. Another, I'm going to say a cup, maybe a cup and a half. Go for that. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm seasoning the flour that I'm also going to use to make the gravy. Putting everything, let me move this over here. Everything that I put in the steaks, I'm putting, except for the Worcestershire sauce, I'm putting in my flour. The onion powder, the garlic powder, the donkey dust. I don't think I'm going to do this one. The 2 gringos, it sounds like kookaburra. Sassons, put that in there. I'm going to put some of this Badia steak seasoning that my brother is trying to get me hooked on. Grill Mates. And smoked paprika. So, mixing it all up. I could have used a whisk to do this, but I didn't. Woo! That flour smells good. Now what we're going to do is we are ready to move over to the stove. Okay, we're ready to brown our steaks. So I'm just going to take one and I am going to put it in our seasoned flour. And you want to try to do this, pretty good. You don't want to just take your time with it because you want to make sure they all cook at the same time. So I'm thinking, I don't know, we'll see. See if I can I should be able to get all 7 of these in there. Get them really good coated with this, you see? Coated with the flour. I think I'll just hold it up here. I think y'all can see it better. Getting it coated really good. Sometimes I have a problem trying to figure out where the camera is on my iPad. So if I don't look like I'm looking at you, that's why, because I really want to look at the play button, and I think the camera is located on the other side. Alrighty, let me tell you, these are the best gravy steaks ever. And I'm scooting this over, squeeze that last one in. Now, I'm going to leave this here, but I'm going to put fresh foil on it, or I may just flip the foil over, because I'm not going to cook them all the way. I'm just going to brown them on both sides, and then we're going to take them out and we're going to make our yummy onion gravy. But this time I think I'm going to add mushrooms. How does that sound to y'all? I'm thinking some mushrooms. You don't have to put that in your recipe though. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip them. They should be pretty brown by now. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. See? Mama did good. Flip that one. turn that around. I don't know why I have it that direction. I think my stove is uneven because the oil or anything liquid tends to want to go that direction, so sometimes I have to turn that up a bit. Sometimes I have to turn my skillet a little bit. Now I would say put this on medium high. I probably should have had it higher than this, but I did turn it up. So the second side is going to cook a little bit better. It's going to brown a little bit better. I'm going to let that cook for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then I'm going to check it. Okay, so they're browned pretty good on each side, so I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Put them back on the foil. Now I'm going to add more oil because obviously I didn't add enough to begin with. There we go. And we're gonna saute our onions. I didn't make too many of them. They're looking good, mighty good. Work fine. So I've got some baby Bella mushrooms. We love mushrooms too. Saute them a bit. Those are cooking pretty good. I'm going to add our flour. Not sure yet. I want to make sure I have a lot of gravy, more than just to cover the hamburgers, because I'm going to make mashed potatoes, and I like gravy on my mashed potatoes. All right, got that sauteing a bit. Going to add some water to make our gravy. A little bit at a time, let it thicken. And as you can tell, it's an okay color. Not as dark as I want, so I'm probably going to add some browning. Add some more water. Ooh. If you've never used this stuff, it's got a little bit of seasoning in it too. Watch what it does to the color. I don't even have to add a lot. That's all I'm going to add. I like my gravy dark, but I don't want it to be burnt. But this stuff works miracles as far as adding flavor. Isn't that a beautiful color? Now I got to taste it just to make sure. Wow, that's good. Notice I didn't even put any salt in any of this. Woo! I'm happy. Oh my gosh. I love gravy. I think I have a t-shirt that says, "Life is better with gravy." It's the truth. Okay, now we're going to put our hamburger steaks back in and let them finish cooking because they are not done. I think I made enough gravy. Ooh, yeah. Now I'm going to take this spoon and just kind of smother those steaks. Smother them. You know, you could, if you want to use real steak, you could use real steak and make this gravy. I'm sure it would be fantastic. Okay. We're going to let these simmer for about 30 minutes. I'm going to check to make sure the hamburger steaks are done. Then we're going to do my favorite part, which is taste them. Be back. All right, y'all, it's been 30 minutes, and in that time, I also made some of my homemade mashed taters, and we like the skin on ours. Such an easy recipe. Just boil your potatoes till they're real tender. Put about 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter in there, let it melt. A little bit of milk, just add your milk a little bit at a time, and use your electric mixer and beat it till it's smooth. I just salt and pepper it. Oh my gosh, these are so good. So these have the skin on them. Now to test. Woo. Whoa! Look at that. I'm gonna add a little bit more gravy. Ooh! That gravy looks good on those mashed potatoes. Wow, look at that. Oof. It's a good meal, right? But it all depends on the taste. Well, let me taste these taters first. Oh my gosh, that gravy. It makes me feel good. Okay. Perfect. Look. See? It's done. Hot. Ooh, but that flavor's good. Let me eat this first bite, and then we'll try this again. As you can see, I like them well done. Wow, so good. I also like to mix my meat in with my mashed potatoes. I'm gonna have to finish this and then pretend like I didn't have any when Bruce comes home so I can have another one. All right, y'all. Easy recipe. Gravy steaks, mashed potatoes, that's your bonus. But I put mushrooms on these. Love them. Get this recipe. You're gonna want it. Woohoo! I'm just gonna sit there and keep enjoying this. Y'all can either hang with me or want to be a blessing to somebody. Make them some homemade gravy steaks with those collard greens that was on my last video, all right? Love y'all. Talk to you later. Have a blessed day in the Lord. Bye. Oh, wow. God's blessing me. This is the day which the Lord has made, and we made gravy steaks.